Hey, what's up? Welcome to DGenEd. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts. And so this is pre-market prep for Thursday, February 20th. And so I'm just going to go over the usual tickers. And at the end, I will be going over the Rocket Lab chart. So make sure you stick around for that. But yeah, just beginning with the UVIX. This is the 2x long VIX futures ETF closed yesterday down about 2.2%, closing at $26.21, hitting a low of $26.15. And so it's getting pretty close to this alert here at $26. I suspect that may be getting hit, although it does look like it is bouncing a little bit in the pre-market, although not really that much, just kind of bounced following close yesterday into the after hours pre-market and going a little bit sideways there. So yeah, I'm just waiting for this to hit 26 or to bounce up to around $30 a share or so. So we will have to see about that. Then looking over at the VIX, this is the market volatility index, closed yesterday at 1527, being down about 0.5%. And this, of course, does not have pre-market or after-hours trading. And so what we can see is this has not yet come down to this level of 1485. Did bounce from there a couple days ago, as well as about a week and a half ago or so, also over here. But yeah, this could be cooling off, coming down to maybe $13 a share or maybe even 11, testing this longer term downtrend that goes back to the highs here from the beginning of 2022. We are now, of course, though, trading above that downtrend, so do keep that in mind. Then flipping over to the SPY, this is the S&P 500 tracking ETF, closed yesterday at a price of $612.93, going up about 0.24% on the day, but pulling back a little bit in the pre-market. And this does look like a pretty nice close. They're having hit a high of 613.23, a new all-time high for the SPY. And actually, I'm kind of wondering if I can put a trend line over here going from the high here intersecting with the high over there. And yeah, so it does kind of look like we might be at some resistance. I might actually draw that as a ray so it does get magnetized to stick exactly to those highs. So yeah, I find that to be pretty interesting. I wonder if we might be getting a little bit of a pullback. If we do look at, the volume over here, wasn't really that high. We did see, big volume drop here, and then getting up to these new highs. Volume has really just been kind of normal. So I think that, maybe that would be suggesting we see some resistance in a pullback to around, let's say, 603, somewhere around there, corresponding with this parallel channel there, just like I have drawn here in that arrow. If I do flip over to the 10-minute time frame, we can see it did go up, pull back a little bit at close, and it's just kind of hung out there, but being down a little bit. Looking over at the SPX, this is another ETF, or this is just the S&P 500 index. This closed at $6,144.15, being up, about 0.25%. Again, closing at all-time highs, having hit a high yesterday of $6,147.43, closing near the highs there. So that is looking good. But, if I do draw the same ray intersecting with the highs here, yeah, it does look like we could be at some resistance, so maybe pulling back to around $6,040, $6,050 or so, retesting that downtrending channel, as well as this trend line that I have drawn there, getting back to this blue line around 60.40. So we'll have to see where that goes. Then next on the list is going to be Bitcoin, currently trading around $97,000. And it does look like we are getting a little bit of a move, breaking out from this downtrend. And we did bounce, like I mentioned yesterday, off of this red uptrend. So that is looking good. Also, that being the 786. And so I am wondering if we're going to head up to maybe 102, 103 before getting rejected, pulling back to test that downtrend again. And one thing that I did want to pull up, which is going to be from, let's see, this is taking a second to load. Sorry about that. If I don't want to have this image, I want to go to my notifications. This is something I saw from El Capo of crypto, and so let's see. He just posted this morning, expecting altcoins to pump 10 to 20% from here. However, he believes this bounce is a bull trap because a big drop is likely to follow, and so after that potential drop, second capitulation event, the bottom should be in and alt season is likely. Adaptation is key. Let's see. And so this is the chart that he posts. This is for Bitcoin, really just getting a move up to, like I said, around 102, maybe just 100,000 before, sweeping out some people who are over leveraged short, getting those people out of the position, liquidating them, and then coming down to this liquidation zone, liquidity gap, support zone here that he has marked. If I do remove myself, you can see that support zone there. And and then so that would be forcing out people who are over leveraged long before this breaks out to new all-time highs. So just wanted to share that with you guys. Coming back to the charts, yeah, I mean, that does kind of match what I have drawn here, although I have a lot less experience than El Capo of crypto. Just have marked here 100,000 just to point that out. And then also, of course, wanted to go over ticker symbol URA, which is Global X Uranium ETF. This closed yesterday at a price of $27.38, being down nearly 3% and continuing down about 6 cents in the pre-market. And yeah, this is just overall showing a lot of weakness, getting down to the bottom side of that trend channel. And so I am very curious to see if this does start to continue lower. Maybe this is a fake out though. Let's see, we do have, volume's not super high like it was over here, but volume has been, increasing the past couple days at least. And this is a larger amount of volume on the, let's see, the 19th. So volume was 2.46 million. Versus on Tuesday the 18th, it was 2.28 million. So a little bit higher as this does go lower with that kind of big bar candle. So I suspect, like I've talked about, that this could be coming down to maybe, find support at the 618 here at 26.35. But I suspect it will be coming down to around 25 or 24.50. And that might be a good time to start going long, whether it's uranium, this ETF, URA, or other uranium stocks or nuclear energy companies. So do consider that. And I guess I will switch over to the 10-minute time frame real quick. It does look like we are looking fairly weak there, so we'll have to see if this does bounce tomorrow. And then finally, just wanted to go over Rocket Lab. I was looking at this yesterday. I wanted to do a video on it, but just kind of wanted to limit the amount of content that I'm putting out and didn't want to just exhaust myself, so wanted to go over this here. And so what we can see is that Rocket Lab closed yesterday at a price of $25.93, being down about 6.5% on the day, bouncing about 1.5% in the pre-market, so we'll have to look over there. But what I had been looking at with Rocket Lab is basically keeping in mind that there's this possibility of about a 28% move to the top of this parallel channel that I've drawn here based on these three pivot points. And it looked like within that we were trading, and this is not exactly parallel, these are just two trend lines, but it did look like we were trading in this kind of parallel downtrending channel, and that, thought we might be getting a break to the upside, but it looks like we're getting a break to the downside. But it does look like we might be finding some support. We have not yet tested a 786 here from this retracement that you can see from the lows of January 14th up to the highs of January 24th. And, that 786 is right around $25.54, right there, right around $25.50. And so I'm wondering if that will be holding as support. We did break below the 50-day moving average, which is at 26.78. And I do have this alert here at 26.50. I was planning on adding at 26.50, but it broke below, and I just placed a limit order at 26. So my average is, I think, right around 27 right now. Don't have a large position. Earnings is coming up on the 27th, so kind of precarious with that. But, we are generally trading still within this parallel channel. And I'm wondering, and I suspect this will be a fake out. And what we might see is, maybe a little bit of a bounce, hopefully a reclaim, and then maybe test the top of that channel before going higher like that. And so from where we are currently at, getting up to the top of that channel could represent about a 35% move to the upside. Or if we don't make it all the way up there, if we do get rejected, maybe form a double top here. Good to be keeping an eye on the volume. If it's not as high as the volume when we hit here, that could be a double top rejection, but maybe it's a fake out, who knows. But that would be about an 18% move from where we are currently at. So I think that's looking pretty good. I am excited about this dip, but I'm also prepared for if it does fade lower, maybe coming down to a full retracement at 23.42, which was the low from January 14th. But anyways, I got to get headed to work. I just wanted to share, as usual, my thoughts. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks a lot and have a great Thursday trading. Take care, you guys.